So I already put on like my eye cream, moisturizer, face primer, and eyeshadow primer. But I actually want to try this Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow primer. And it has like these sparkles in it. So I'm hoping that it will give me like a very glowy, dewy look. I'm only going to put some at the high points of my face. So like cheekbones. By the way, if you see me looking over here, I have my monitor over here. So I'm just like kind of looking at what it looks like in the monitor. So now I'm gonna go in with brows just because I like to do my eyebrows first. And at first I'm gonna brush them up with a spoolie. And then taking my Anastasia brow powder duo in the color Ebony, I'm gonna take the darker shade, and I'm actually gonna take both shades and then fill in my brows. Next, I'm gonna go back in with my spoolie and just brush all of the product together. So I zoomed you guys in because next I'm gonna go in with the eyes, and I'm gonna take this Carli Bybel palette. It's the deluxe palette, and I am going to put this like white beige shade and set the eyeshadow primer that I already put down on my eyelids. So next I'm actually going to go into like this palette that I made my own, and I'm going to take this tan and brown shade and I'm going to put that in my crease. So taking the same fluffy brush, I'm actually going to go into this Inglot shade and this Ofra Blush. I don't know why the camera's not picking it up well, but the Inglot shade is more of like a coral color. It's like more pink than you see on camera. And then I'm going to take this Ofra Blush that's actually extremely pigmented. Put that in my crease as well. So to add more depth to the eye, I'm gonna take this kind of mauve color from the Carli Bybel palette, and I'm gonna place it in the outer V and crease of my eye. Take a detailed brush and I'm gonna go in with this brown shade over here, and I'm just gonna put a little bit on my outer part of my lash line, just to give it more of a smoky effect. And I'm just putting a little bit of this in this area. Next, I'm going to go in with this beautiful pink shimmery shade, and I'm going to use my finger and put it on my eyelids. And then I'm going to go in with this Ofra eyeshadow slash highlight. It has like a pinky tone to it. I don't know if you can tell that well in the camera. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this with my finger and just tap it over the eyeshadow that I already placed. Next, I'm going to take my Maybelline eyeliner and I'm going to create a line on my lash line. I'm not going to really do a wing with this look because I feel like I already like fluffed out the eyeshadow enough. If you want to do a wing, you can. That's perfectly fine. I'm not telling you how to live your life, but I'm just not gonna put a wing on for today's look. And I'm not gonna bring the eyeliner in all the way just because I feel like it gets a little bit too harsh when I do so. I'm going to do the rest of my face and then I'll come back and do the rest of the eyes. So as you guys probably already know, I hate putting on foundation, so I'm going to go in and spot conceal my face using my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer in the color C6. So next I'm going to take my Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer and I'm going to put this on my under eyes to conceal any darkness or redness like in this general area. And taking my Real Technique sponge, I'm going to blend it all out. I'm also going to bring it on my nose, just because my nose gets a little bit red. So next I'm going to take my Coty Airspun powder and I'm going to set underneath my eyes and the rest of my face using this Real Technique sponge. I'm not really baking under my eye, I'm just setting it. So I'm not going to leave this powder on for very long. And then any parts I get oily most often, I'm going to really push the powder in with a sponge. Mostly in this area because I want like the sides of my forehead to glow but not the center of it, because for me it just makes me look super oily when the center of my forehead is like really shiny. So like I said, this powder is not staying on for too long, so I'm going to go in with this powder brush and I'm just going to wipe away all the powder. Now I always usually contour when I'm doing a glam look, but for this look I decided just to do bronzer. So I'm going to go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the regular light color. And this bronzer brush from Morphe, it's the M105 brush. And I'm just going to put this in the places that I want a little bit more bronzed and a little bit more color on my face. So that'll be under my jaw and neck. Don't forget you want to blend all of this out and make it look seamless. So that's why I put it on my neck as well. Taking a smaller, fluffier brush, I'm going to go back in with the bronzer and contour my nose with it. I don't know why my nose looks so red on the monitor. It's usually not that red, but... And then I'm going to put a little bit underneath my lip to contour. And Cupid's bow. So next I'm actually going to put some of the Airspun powder under my cheekbone area, just to give my face a little bit more definition. It's basically just going to brighten up this area so this cheekbone area looks a little bit more darker, if that makes any more sense. Sides of my nose as well. And then now I'm just going to go on and do the rest of my eyes. So I'm going to go back in with this detailed brush and that brown shade that we put near my lash line, and just going to put this on the bottom lash line. We're going to put this really close to the lash line just to give it a little bit more definition. And then going back in with this fluffy brush, I'm going to go into these two pink shades, the blush and the Inglot shade, just a little bit, and then run it underneath my eyes as well. This Ofra shade, and I'm gonna actually use this as my highlighter today. So I'm gonna put this on the inner corner, brow, cheek, nose, Cupid's bow, everywhere that I would highlight. The rest of the highlighting, I'm gonna wipe away this powder from my face, and I'm actually gonna go back in with the bronzer just to darken up the bronze. For blush, I'm gonna go into that Ofra and Inglot shade, and I'm just gonna mix the two together, and I'm actually just going to use it as my blush. take this Morphe brush, the M50510 brush, and I'm gonna go into that Ofra shade just a little bit because this is like a very metallic kind of shade, and I don't want it to be like too out there, but I also want it to be like, whoa. Just gonna go in with like a little bit at first, and then just go on my cheekbones. Oh, and then just a tiny bit on the tip of my nose. Next, I'm gonna go in with some brow gel from Morphe. This is like the clear one. And I'm just gonna set my brows so they don't move all day. And then first I'm gonna set my face, then I'm gonna do mascara, because usually when I do mascara and then set my face, it just like runs, which is not good, so yeah. Ooh, I completely forgot to do lips. I'm gonna take this MAC lip liner in the color Soar, and I'm gonna line my lips.